Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about The Killers, written by Ernest Hemingway. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. All right, so The Killers by Ernest Hemingway, very interesting work here. We get these two killers by the name of Max and Al. Within this work, Max and Al they enter Henry's lunchroom and they're here to kill Ole Anderson. Pretty much, the scene is very unsettling. It's not fun. As soon as the men enter, you know that they're here for trouble. They're trying to kill people. They're wearing gloves, hats. They're dressed in black. They're not taking off their gloves even to eat. They start to talk to George, who's the server, and George is like, dinner's not ready. You're gonna have to order lunch. They're commenting. They're saying things that are unsettling. They settle down. They have some, breakfast sandwiches, bacon, egg, and cheese. Ham and eggs and things like that. So should they have that to eat? And then they tell George to get behind the counter, and they call Sam from the kitchen. He's the cook. Sam is the cook. You tell him to get in front. Then you have Nick Adams, who's at the register, and these three men, Max now have them, pretty much they're hostages. Al goes to the back of the kitchen with Sam and Nick, and he ties them up. He puts things in their mouths, shuts them up, and Max stays in front with George, and they're chatting it up, talking about the town, what's going on, and Max pretty much tells George that, listen, we're going to kill Ole Anderson. We know he comes here around 6 for dinner, so we're going to wait until he comes in, then we're going to kill him. So in the back, Nick and Sam, they're tied up. In the front, George is just keeping Max company while Max is waiting to commit murder. And ultimately, it gets closer to 7, and Ole Anderson never shows up. And so, what happens then? The men leave. They don't kill the people in the diner. They don't kill the three men. And George quickly tells Nick to go tell Ole that these men are coming after him to kill him. Sam doesn't want Nick to do this, but Nick does it anyway. He reaches where Ole is renting, and a woman leads Nick to Ole, and Ole is just resting on his bed. Ole is like, there's nothing you can do about it. Life is life. So Ole is a prize fighter. So during his time in Chicago, he must have, gotten somebody really pissed off, really angry, and so somebody ordered a hit on him. Somebody wanted him to be dead. Someone wanted to murk him, and these, Max and Al are just the guys to do it. All right, but Nick goes back because Ole's like, whatever happens. There's nothing I can do about it. If I die, I die. Whatever. So Nick is a little, he's unsettled about this. Usually people are not that chill with death. And so Nick goes back to the diner. He tells George everything, and Nick is like, man, I'm gonna leave this town. This is way too much. I don't want to die. I've been tied up today. I tell this guy that they're out to kill him. He doesn't care about it. He's just relaxing. He's laid back. And George, he tries his best to talk him down, not to take some rash decisions. And that's how the short story ends. So The Killers, in terms of deeper meaning analysis, very interesting work. I mean, diners are always really, when people walk into diners they can be a very calm place. They can be a very family friendly place. But at the same time, when it comes to crime and shootings and hits, they can be very ominous. Imagine, these three men are just serving in the diner, trying to get people some food, just running a business. And as soon as Max and Al, they walk in, you can see that the atmosphere changes. You can see that something's about to go down. All right. And if Olay had come to dinner that day, he would have gotten shot. So within this work, there's definitely there's consequences. All right, your actions have consequences. Whatever Olay did in his past to get these men hired to kill him, or maybe it's something that he did to these men. We can tie it back to his life as a prize fighter. So whatever he did in Chicago, that's the kickback. The kickback is Max and Al with a hit on his head. All right. The three men, they're pretty good. Like George, Nick, they're pretty good, interesting individuals, because even though their lives were on the line, even though that they survived, they still wanted to help out Olay. And it's not very clear that these people are just like family members. It's just in small towns, people know each other. People help out each other because it's a smaller town. Big cities, there's so many people, so many things going on. You get lost in the sea of people. But with this small town charm that comes with the story, you kind of see like everybody knows everybody. But the killers, they mean business, and they just wanted to kill. And the way that they appear like beasts and monsters within this work. I mean, they're eating with their gloves on, black clothes, and the way that they speak throughout the work, it's like there's no remorse. They're stone cold killers, and they would have killed Olay if he had stepped into the diner. So we do see the reality within this work, the human emotions within this work, and also what everybody's going through within this town. They all have to deal with their lives, and some want to get out, some want to stay, and some people are just passive, like Olay. He's had a life, and he's tired of running, and he's just like, whatever happens, happens, which is very interesting. I mean, in life, some people are very determined to do something, like the killers, and at other times, like Olay, sometimes people are just done, and they're not going to take any more. They're done fighting in this life. I mean, Olay was a prize fighter. Maybe his fighting days are just over, and he just wants to get it over with. Whatever happens, happens. Well, that's my summary analysis of this work. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.